Tonight on RCR 360, I want to tell you a story that's a little bit different to what we usually talk about. It's a story that's very close to my heart because in 2016, I met a man named Grant Rawlinson. I was living in Singapore at the time, and he was as well, and our paths crossed, and he told me his story and his plans, and after that, my life would never be entirely the same again. His story at that point was that he'd done a bunch of what he called human-powered adventures, which means making long journeys with no engines and no sails, just human power. For example, he'd done one from the top of Mount Ruapehu to the top of Mount Cook, linking those two peaks with climbing and cycling and kayaking, including a kayaked crossing of the Cook Strait. He'd also done the same between Ben Nevis in Scotland and Mont Blanc in France, and he'd also climbed Mount Everest on his second attempt. And now, that is in 2016 when I first met him, he was planning a new journey, a 12,000 kilometre one by rowboat and bicycle from his home in Singapore to his home in New Zealand. And so, of course, as a budding documentary filmmaker, I asked him if anyone was filming this expedition of his. And what's more, I might have also given him the impression I knew what I was doing. And then he asked me, well, would you like to do it? And I said yes. And what followed was I followed him and his rowing partner from Singapore to Australia, a man named Charlie Smith, as they left Raffles Marina in Singapore in January 2017. And then I followed and filmed them all the way to Australia. And then I also followed and filmed Grant as he cycled across Australia, and then filmed him too as he attempted to become only the third person in history to row solo across the Tasman Sea to New Zealand. And together we made a film called The Sea Decides, which featured in several film festivals around the world.